Good day, everybody, to Replay Roundtable. Featuring today, we will be talking about the Resident Evil movies, particularly 1 and 2. We will be reviewing it and talking about it in its entirety. Stay tuned till the end. It's going to be a great time. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy. And now, on to the video. Replay Roundtable. How's it going, everybody? Welcome again to Replay Roundtable. Today we're going to be talking about Resident Evil movies. The W.S. Anderson, right?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul. Yeah. We're talking about 1 and 2 today. And again, I'm here with Eddie and Will.
Hey.
How's it going?
All right, so first things first. First movie, what'd you think of the first one?
I actually really like the original Resident Evil movie. I think that it's probably the only one out of the 6 that came out that's actually like Resident Evil-y, really. Like, they do a lot of fan service stuff, but it doesn't like feel Resident Evil-y at all, really, most of the other games. This one kind of does, you know, you've got your cramped areas and zombies everywhere, and yeah.
Did you watch it recently?
No.
Okay. So, that's fair, and if you have that thought still going forward, that's totally fair, that's fine. I thought the exact same thing, rewatched it, I'm like, this isn't very good. Like, it's definitely better of them, because as they go forward, they get over ridiculous and get just crazy, and kind of in the worst way. Mm-hmm. But, I was not super... It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
Oh, okay.
I liked this one a lot more before I watched it again.
Yeah, yeah, same.
When I watched it again, I was like, I remember this being a lot better than it is this time around. But
yeah.
I don't know. I remember it pretty well. I've watched this movie like 25 times. So.
Okay. Yeah, I only watched the one time and then again another.
Okay, yeah. See, I've watched it over and over and over.
Okay.
So I don't think I'd be like surprised by.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm pretty sure I know the script like the back of my hands.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like the story is there's a place called the Hive, I think, underneath the ground, which is controlled by Umbrella Corporation, and the AI of it goes crazy or whatever and locks everybody in and brings out like a nerve gas to kill everybody because there's some sort of an outbreak with the T virus. That in the beginning there's a guy who's like putting all these vials of said virus or whatever and the antidote into like a box.
Yeah, he's trying to steal the virus.
Yeah, and he like leaves, and then on his way out, he chucks it out, and then breaks, and then the whole system like traps everybody in. Everybody like dies, and
it's not nerve gas. It uses it's the what is it called? Hadron? No, whatever they use for fire suppressant, where it like takes the oxygen out of the atmosphere.
Okay, that's what that was.
There is some sort of gas that it releases to Alice and what's his name?
Yeah,
because a byproduct of that gas is missing memory.
Right.
One of the rooms she was filling up with water. One of the rooms she basically takes off all the oxygen. But yeah,
so when people
there is
drowns,
like a nerve gas as well.
They suffocate,
Okay.
and yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then we show up with Jovovich character, who's like in the shower. She's like passed out. She wakes up. She can't remember anything. There's another dude as well. And then as they kind of like come to terms with certain things, they just kind of like go, "Hey, what's up?" Then these guys break in, like with gas masks and stuff like that. They're the Umbrella Corporation, and they come in. They take them, and I think after that they go into the train to go down to the Hive. I think.
Yeah.
Right. And. Yeah, what did you think going forward as of like right now, like that kind of particular scene, like why they were, I guess we could just say it right now, we just even spoil it, which is these two characters, the Jovovich character and the other character, which I can't remember his name.
The cop?
Yeah.
The cop?
Yeah. They were knocked out because of the security system.
Well, the cop wasn't knocked out. The cop showed up.
Matt just showed up.
Oh, wait, how did he lose his memory then?
He didn't.
He didn't.
Oh.
It's the other guy.
The guy they find on the train.
The guy he was stealing the virus. They found him in a locker on the train.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that for some reason. Oh, okay. Because like him and her, I think, were the security for going down to the hive.
Yes, they were fake married.
Yes.
Fake married, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Why are they fake married?
Because it's
As a cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's security for some people that can't just go down to the hive. But with that, so I want to know what you guys thought of that particular situation of why that is a thing. Because, like, why would you have just two people being, like, the security for people going down, and why would the security system knock them out? I guess she was going rogue, but, like...
Well, she wasn't really going rogue. I don't know why she... Oh, no, she did that because the dude stole the virus.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
And she had no way of knowing who was involved in trying to steal the virus. We're talking about the AI here.
Yeah.
The AI did that because she knew the one guy was trying to steal the virus, so she took away his memories. She used the nerve gas to take away his memories. She did it in the whole house because she didn't know how many conspirators he had.
Okay. Because I was like, what kind of a stupid fucking, like, security system is that you knock out the only security there? That doesn't make any sense, but that makes more sense.
Yeah, it was already... Security was breached already. There was no...
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was also a secret entrance. There was another main entrance for all the other employees.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense then. And then after that, they just go through, and then there's zombies that eventually pop up. People die.
It takes a while for the zombies to pop up.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
takes
it's
a
a
while.
slow burn.
It's like an hour. No. Well, it's an hour and 40-minute movie.
To me, there's a fucking, like, horror scene before that, and that's in the laser room, because that's fucking terrifying.
That was...
Like, holy crap. Like,
Hypercube.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh.
So they bring this, like, a bag. I think it has, like, a thing to put in...
I talked to Brody about this before. There's 4 people in that corridor, right?
Yeah.
What happens to the guy who gets his fingers cut off? He just disappears.
He, like, falls out over, and the guy's like, don't go into shock, basically.
That's what I said.
But then he has to stop that because there's another laser coming.
Yeah.
It's low enough, I'm pretty sure it just cuts him.
Okay.
Because he's
okay.
laying on the ground like this, right? And I'm pretty sure it goes through him
That's fair.
It just doesn't really show it.
It doesn't show it. I was like, what happened to him?
I thought he just, like, passed
And
out.
he would have gotten hit by, like, the cross-stitch one, too.
True,
right?
yeah.
Like,
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, like, to go into that area, that's, like, the main entrance into... where you gotta, like, where they put this thing in that's in their duffel bag they have
That
to
is
reset the system.
The Red Queen's kind of server room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they want to
The
reset.
AI's server room. They've got like an EMP sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something like that. It's to reboot her system and force her... force a reboot or something like that.
Yeah, force reboot, exactly. So that's why I was just mentioning that. That's why the room happens because like there's like a laser happens like and it goes this one just kind of comes at you and it cuts the guy's hand off. It's like oh shit, and then it goes like leg level. The guy wants to jump over it and then jumps over it and then it just moves up and it goes through his body and I'm like ooh. Because, like, I would have done that. I'd be like, wait, just jump. And it goes, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Is it just me or is that tech guy really bad at his job?
Yeah, actually through this whole movie, basically.
And I just love the black guy's like, what's his name?
I mean, in this movie,
Yeah.
One.
Huh?
His name is, he's literally credited as One.
Really?
Yeah.
One?
I think they're all credited as numbers.
Except for
Rain,
yeah.
Oh,
Michelle
okay.
Rodriguez's character.
Weird. Okay. But anyway, like, I was thinking it was fun. Like,
Apparently,
everybody...
she told her agent that if a Resident Evil movie ever came up, she wanted to be a part of it.
Who?
Oh, really?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, who's that? Oh, is that the...
Rain.
Oh, okay, yeah. Interesting. That's cool. But, like, when everybody else was dead from the lasers, the guy was like, okay, I got this. Then it's like... And this guy's like... It has, like, the grade. He's like, well I'm screwed.
First he does, like, some, like, Olympic-level athlete shit.
he goes like...
by pulling his body tight to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And he goes like... And it's like, all right, good. All right, I got it.
And then
I'm ready for the next one. It's
for
like,
the next one, and he's just like, ah, shit.
can't do anything about this. What am I going to do? Like, going...
chopped into cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one guy kept... But, like, the good woman had her head cut off. It was like...
Yeah.
And she was like... Yeah.
I don't know. That's like probably one of my favorite scenes from these movies.
It was
It's
great.
pretty iconic.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that scene. That was pretty good.
But yeah, they
Also, the the woman in the water-filled room.
The
zombie. That's another.
That's pretty creepy.
Hmm?
The woman that's like dead, but
and then she puts her hand on the glass and opens her eyes.
Oh yeah. Right. So they reboot the system, and then after that,
all the doors open.
which all the people that were. So okay, Will was saying this before the other day. Why doesn't make sense of how they were infected. Because I guess there was some sort of convoluted situation where...
Well, it's just a factual error.
Yeah.
The room he throws the virus in is the room that you do testing and stuff in, so it should be a sealed room. There should be no air vents.
Which apparently went up in the air vent when he...
And the virus gets out through the air vent.
No, it's the room outside of that, because he's doing...
They're doing tests in that whole area. They're injecting animals and stuff. That whole... area should be a sealed room.
That is what I said too, but it makes sense if you are in...
If you don't think about it too hard, it doesn't matter.
No, but it's kind of funny. You're like,
it's just very bad building planning by the Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah.
They cut some corners. They were making a giant underground facility. They cut some corners.
You could also say that maybe
in secret, by the way.
You could also say that maybe they wanted to do that because they wanted it to outbreak, so then they can see if it worked or not.
Possibly, but
then the AI
that's
freaked
not
out,
really
so.
that's not really part of this one yet. Like they don't really talk about.
They're not quite that sinister yet.
No, in the movies they start out and it's supposed to be like them trying to like cure death. Like that's what their idea of
which was kind of one of in the games. There's the 3 founders, and one of them was kind of that mindset.
Yes,
that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he was trying to stop death from being a thing anymore,
Okay.
especially for himself, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Yeah. But so all the doors open, and as they're like, I guess, are they just leaving after that? Like, why? What's their plan?
Oh, I think they're gonna leave, but the door they gotta go. The door will be closing forever. Like after a certain time, the door will be closing. So they gotta get back there. But they're on time limit, but now there's zombies everywhere. Right. And now they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are heading out then, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when they run into the
their
first
main
zombies.
thing was, like, to figure out why the Red Queen did this whole thing. That's the original reason why that team was sent in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and the classic line of, you're all going to die down here.
It's like, all right, dude. Bitch.
I don't know, there's so much stuff in this movie I enjoy. You guys really didn't have a good time rewatching it?
I mean...
It was fine, but like I remember it being better.
Yeah, I remember it being better too.
Okay.
Like I didn't hate it.
Aged very well.
Yeah,
especially the CGI.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like
although I remember the liquor looking pretty badass.
Not for me anyway. It was
because they mixed practical and CG in that.
It doesn't look like
its head is like like a actual like mechanical.
Well,
head.
but when they're like when it was full CGI liquor.
Yeah, when they had like the parts of the creature, you're like, that looks good, but then it's like full on, like
he's in the thing, slowly slamming the body into the glass, just like football. Yeah, the special effects improve in 2.
Yeah,
it's just a sign of the times, right?
Yeah,
those old movies, the CGI tends to.
Also, I love the soundtrack in the first one because it's fucking Marilyn Manson.
I will.
Wait, what is it?
Marilyn Manson and Danny, or who's the other guy?
Not Danny Elfman.
No, he did the second one though.
Did he?
Yeah, he did Apocalypse's
okay
soundtrack. But yeah, Marilyn Manson did like
the
most of the
soundtrack in these movies, or at least the first.
I guess
the first one is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really really cool, unique music in it, and you're like, okay, yeah,
that is true. Like that is what got me pumped up. Is those scenes where then the music starts pumping up, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. But then it kind of like doesn't last very long, and then you're like, oh yeah, and like especially like the ending. I'll talk about that later of how kind of just. It should have stopped at the proper stopping point, but just kind of goes, and you're like, "Stop now! Stop! Okay, now you're continuing," and it just kind of just makes it weird. But.
Well, so did anybody else notice that none of the USS unit team has stocks on their weapons?
Yep.
Oh, like no brace.
They've got no stock. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of like holding it and no stock or anything. It's like just weird for like a
except for one because he's got an L86, so it's a bullpup design.
Oh yeah,
but
there's like
somebody's got a G36 and it's got no stock. The stock isn't folded.
It's just not there.
It's just not there.
Yeah. They're like, these look cool, whatever.
I don't know. I didn't notice that, admittedly.
Yeah, at first it didn't really bother me. I'm just like, they're holding guns, but then when you brought them, I'm like, that's kind of weird.
It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
So they're trying to escape now. They've lost quite a few people. There's zombies everywhere. I think
the first time it comes up is one with the axe. It's like
no, it's
right?
it's the chick that she bites Rain. She bites her hand.
Oh, that's right. She's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh my god, took a chunk of my fucking hand.
Bit me.
Took a chunk out of my hand." I'm like, it's like.
Bit me, man.
I mean, she sounds more annoyed than anything else. I'm like, you know.
Well, I mean, these people are supposed to be like trained mercenaries.
That doesn't mean shit. I feel like
if someone bit your hand,
that's another thing that I don't quite get is they are trained Umbrella security services. Why did none of them know to shoot for the head?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't do that.
And they don't figure it out throughout like the whole movie.
Until like shoot them in the head and they're like, oh, and like later on they figure it out.
I don't even think they figure it out then.
I'm pretty sure they start shooting.
It was either in that one or the second one. I can't remember. There was a part where it was brought up. Like
in the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But I'm pretty sure in the first one they start taking headshots.
Maybe.
Eventually.
When they have like no ammo left.
Yeah.
They like blow through all their mags on body shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really not a good idea.
I mean, admittedly, you're usually trained to take body shots.
Yeah, you
right?
shoot for center of mass. But if
when
something's
doesn't
not going down, maybe try a headshot.
It's a
Might
good thought.
be a good idea to try that.
I agree.
Fuck yeah, I guess it's been a long time. Right after what do they... Oh, that's right. Okay, they go back to the Red Queen room, right?
Yes.
Right?
Because they're in the room with all the tanks, and they're getting swarmed by zombies, and just indiscriminately spraying bullets everywhere.
Yeah, just like...
Hitting tanks, they're
hitting tanks.
everything.
I'm like, there's no accuracy at all right now. What are you doing? Like, that hit there, that hit the ceiling, that hit there. That's like me in the firing range. Like, what the fuck?
Maybe a small amount of panic is all right when there's like undead people coming at you.
And then they're trying to go for that one door, and the tech guy can't fucking enter the code.
Yeah.
So he gets the other guy to do it, and then the door opens and he gets dragged inside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's like zombies. Yep.
And then they fall back to the Red Queen.
Right.
Yeah.
And they talk to her to try and figure out what's happening.
Yeah, and they rig it up so that when they hit the button again, instead of having reboot sequence, it just fries her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And I feel like there's something I just watched it like a day and a half ago. I can't remember like the other part of it. What happened?
Well, they force her to tell her a way out of the room.
Yeah.
And a way out of the facility.
And that's the door thing she's telling about, where it's going to be closing.
They already knew about that.
They knew about that.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, there's a passage into like the it's not like a sewer. It's like a, what would you call it? Like a
mechanical tunnels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's got like all the like piping and shit for the facility.
Yep.
And they go down there and seems okay at first, and then they get swarmed again. So they start crawling on like the pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think after that you lose the tech guy. They pull a fake out death with him.
Yeah.
Oh, when?
They pull a fake out death because they show him only having one bullet. And
right, that. He doesn't even do this.
No,
he does it in the mouth. I'm like, why would you do that? This is not going to do anything.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
it wouldn't be.
I don't want to out myself about suicide methods right now, but it's actually more effective. If you hit the brainstem, you're fucked.
Well, if you go upward like this, then upward. But if you go here through the neck, you just become paralyzed, and then you're gonna fucking suffocate.
No, if you hit your brainstem, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like you will die.
Is on the back.
It's on the back.
Oh, I know, but I'm like you'll die, but it'll take forever. You know, because you'll lose like you can't breathe, but you won't die immediately.
No,
not if you hit the brain.
If you hit this part of your, that's why rabbit punches in boxing are illegal, because this part is actually super easy to fuck up.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh.
But You also, you've got to be good at it, or you pull a Fight Club and just blow out the side of your cheek.
Well, that's my point. Exactly. Be like, so if you do it wrong, but oh fuck,
And then all the zombies are like licking up your blood that's pouring out.
I made this much worse. I don't
Like
have the
that
bullet.
weird scene with Michelle Rodriguez where she's just dripping blood onto the zombies.
that's
Yeah.
right.
She's like, you
and
like
they're all like,
that, you like that, don't you? You like that, don't you? And it's like, what's wrong with you?
But yeah, they pull a fake out death with that guy because like everyone else thinks he's dead. Like Milla Jovovich is even just like.
But then they show the scene.
And then they show it right away after. He's like, oh, I killed that guy. Oh, there's a way over here.
Good thing I didn't kill myself.
Oh, look, a tunnel.
Yeah.
And then I think he gets dragged out of like the train they do at the end, and he gets killed there. Because I was wondering what happened to him, but I had to rewind it, and he got like
When
pulled
does he
out
die?
by like the liquor or something.
No,
Right,
train.
he's driving the train.
Yeah, and something in the window
opens
grabs
the
him.
front door. If opens the
Oh,
side
right,
door.
because they
and
give him
yanks
the
out.
antidote.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And Rodriguez took the antidote. She dies instead.
She's too
gone.
Too far gone.
Yeah,
Too far
she's
gone.
been infected for too long.
She was like about to die basically already. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and you find out that the one character that we haven't even talked about really, the other guy who was amnesia.
I just can't remember his name.
Spencer, I believe.
Oh yeah, it is Spencer.
The guy was in the mist. I can't remember his fucking name, his actor name,
he
but
was in the mist.
yeah.
Yeah, his name's Spencer.
And he was the one who caused all this because he stole the virus, and was gonna try and sell it to the highest bidder kind of thing.
on the black
Right.
market.
On the black market. Classic movie trope of, it's so easy to just find that black market.
Yeah, it's easy. You know? you just go with blackmarket.com.
Dark web.
Dark web. And it ends up being like, you idiot. And it's like, alright.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. The liquor breaks out, and I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think it kills him.
It does kill him, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been a bad girl. And then it's like, I didn't understand. I think we talked about this earlier, but I can't remember like why that was such a big good thing. It was like, she was like, I've been a bad girl, and then the liquor shows up, and I'm like, I don't think you brought up the liquor though. Like, what are you trying to say here?
Well, she didn't tell them
about the
I
liquor?
guess. Yeah.
Okay, but she's the one who let the liquor out though. The liquor just got out because it was
Its tank had been compromised.
yeah because of the shutdown.
Due to and
the bullets.
indiscriminate spraying of bullets.
Yes, there's also that for sure.
Yeah, it kills him and then mutates, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it mutates. Yeah, it's like a super
Although
liquor.
I have to admit, it's just because of how old I was when I watched this movie, but I thought, because okay, so they're supposed to be like fake married, right? And they were like having sex and shit. Like, they were together a little bit, having an affair or whatever.
They at least had sex that one time.
That one time that there was a flashback.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I need to bring this up. The blurry effect they do, the slow mo.
No, that's the second
Oh, is that the
movie.
second one?
That's the
Okay,
second movie.
Then I'll bring that up later.
Okay.
Okay.
But anyway, I have to admit, I've just always loved, because when he remembers everything and decides to betray the rest of them.
Yeah.
He offers for her to come with him, and when she refuses, he's like, "I'm missing you already," and like shuts the door. And then she says it to him right before she kills him as a zombie, and I just always thought that was so cool. Like, I don't know why it stuck out to me, but it's always been in my head.
Yeah, that's fair. Is that kind of?
I mean, and then they get attacked by the liquor while the train is trying to get back to the mansion.
Yeah.
Matt gets scratched, and they end up actually using like a trap door that's on the train. Why is there a trap door there?
They showed
Very
it.
cool.
They did show it at the start.
They did. Okay, well there you go. Chekhov's gun.
Remember, it's there.
Michelle Rodriguez went down there to restore the power.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct for sure.
So I guess it's a trap door for maintenance. It seems
guess.
unnecessary, but okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I mean,
You wouldn't use it for cargo.
No,
Like,
it looks cool when they kill it with it. When they stab its tongue so it's
through
stuck.
a grate,
Yeah.
and then it's just like this fireball bouncing along the track.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they actually make it out. Just Alice and Matt, though, because the rest are all dead. And then it looks like Matt's infected, and some, like, tentacles start to come out of his wound.
Oh.
Yeah. And she tries to cure him, but some umbrella dudes show up.
They're like, "Fuck you! We're bringing him into the Nemesis program."
Yeah, they're like, "He's a candidate for the Nemesis program."
I'm like, why though? What's making him more special than everybody else? Could grab anybody.
He got infected by a liquor
because he's starting to mutate. I guess.
Oh,
yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Rather than just becoming a zombie.
Yeah,
it's
possible. I mean, in the games, the T virus turns 1 in 1,000, or 999 out of 1,000 people turn into zombies, and 1 will turn into a tyrant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One will start to mutate.
Gotcha. So when you mutate, turn into a tyrant.
I mean, that's the original game, yeah.
Okay.
Really close to the ending. They had just been taken, and then we get like a whiteout kind of moment, and it fades, and she wakes up. She's on like what looks like an operating table of some sort.
Right.
She like rips her shit out.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's an accidental bush shot when she gets off the table.
Yeah, no, there is.
Yep.
I'm aware. I was in love with Milla, so I was like, is there?
It's like you're on the DVD. You're
I was
watching,
a teenager, and I was in love with
just like as you're watching, you see that
I had the pause button available to me. All right.
I'm kidding.
But anyway, yeah, she like rips out all that shit, which is also like that's one of the most brutal parts of the movies.
Yeah.
Are like pulling the IVs.
I was like,
out,
yeah, good luck with that.
The one stuck in her fucking head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I will say, so that's what I was trying to say before about the ending where it goes on for too long. Like, and when they're like, that cool music pumps up again, and they're like, we should bring him to the Nemesis program. And he's like, no, and then bring him out of the room, we should have cut black right there. And that would have been pretty sweet.
I don't know, but that final shot is like iconic. So
what was that? Oh, the one outside?
The crane shot where it like pulls out for
and shows like the entire...
Yeah.
True.
W.S. Anderson fucked around with the ending a whole bunch. Like, it was not set for a while. Originally, she was supposed to be fully nude, and it was supposed to be darker, where like she doesn't get the shotgun, and there's just like monsters howling around her.
She's naked?
Yeah.
All right. Of course. He dated her, so I mean, it makes sense. Married.
Afterwards.
Afterwards.
This is where they met. They met in this movie.
That's weird. Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
They met, and well, she has a history of like hooking up with her directors even before this.
Oh,
okay,
I wasn't aware of that.
Yep. That was a huge revelation, like I said.
Yeah, he changed the ending a bunch of times, and they eventually settled on this.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I still think it would have been cool if they cut to black there, but it is true that iconic, pull-out shot of showing the city all fucked up is pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
But I think it went on for too long. But anyways, what would you give the first movie as far as a rating?
Well, I got random trivia to throw in here, too.
Yeah, throw some trivia in there.
So, I don't know if you guys are aware, but the makeup department had a hard time dealing with the dogs as they kept trying to lick the makeup blood and meat off themselves.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. Milla Jovovich did all her own stunts.
Yeah.
Except for the one where she jumps off the pipe. Where the tech guy fake out kills himself.
Yeah.
So, like, the only stunt, then. It does, right? Like, she didn't do a lot.
There was other stunts. Yeah. She does a crazy wall kick.
Yeah.
To the zombie's head.
That's dumb, anyway. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, her agent was worried she was gonna like hang herself on one of the wires, so he wouldn't let her do that.
Yeah.
Originally, Sarah Michelle Gellar was set to play Alice.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. Who the hell is that?
Buffy.
Oh my god, that would be bad. I'm not a fan.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, Kirsten Dunst, and Natasha Henstridge. I don't know who that one is.
Okay.
From Species.
Were some actresses considered to play Jill Valentine when different scripts were being developed for the film. It's been said that the big problem a lot of them had with those was the level of violence and the amount of nudity.
Who had a problem with that?
Most of the
people who were in the running for it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I don't know what happened to the script that cut Jill Valentine, but yeah.
Would have been cool to have
The
her,
studio, Sony Pictures, had hoped at one time to make the film PG-13.
Wow.
Oh boy, that would be bad.
Yup.
So as to make it marketable to
Everybody.
younger video game fans, but Paul W.S. Anderson insisted that to be true to the game, the film must be rated R.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which is good.
PG-13, yeah.
This one's interesting, and I would have loved to see this, but it unfortunately didn't happen. George A. Romero wasn't originally attached to write and direct.
Oh, the script's out there. You can find it.
Oh, it's out there?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Bad.
Oh, is it?
Is it bad? Oh.
It's brutal.
Oh, because he was saying that like it was according to people that it was pretty close to the original game or whatever.
Yeah, it was, but
The writing was bad.
Yeah.
It probably needed some rewrites, but I mean the idea was there.
Yeah, he directed Mortal Kombat in '95, so this is his second video game script.
Yep.
When Matt and Alice return to the mansion at the end of the movie, the case Alice is carrying is just a box covered in tinfoil because the actual case was locked inside the studio.
Really?
Yeah.
They couldn't get. Wait, why couldn't they get?
I need to go back and watch it again and see if I can spot the tinfoil.
Yeah, really.
I don't know why it was locked inside the studio, but they just didn't have access to it for some reason.
Yeah, you think they would have
That's
access.
funny.
That's weird. That's
Yeah,
all very interesting. That's funny. Yep, that's about right.
There's some interesting stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd give it probably a 7.
7?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'd probably give it a 6. 6.5, kind of somewhere in there. It's not bad. It's just
not great. Really.
it's not really what I want for a Resident Evil movie.
No, if they put any other title on there, you'd be like, all right. Other than the liquor, you'd be like, that's weird. Why is that in there? But everything else is like it's a generic zombie movie. You know?
Kind of.
There's
I mean,
no,
it's
like-
got the Umbrella Corporation kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
yes,
it's-
true. Oh, can I mention though? I had to pause like a bajillion times when the people were getting the oxygen being sucked out and the water being put in because it was showing like the POV shot of the camera and all the shit on the screen. There's so much stuff. I'm like, what does this all say? Look at it, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But it's there for like a second. It like is like
I
goes,
know.
and then goes away. I'm like, how would you fucking read all that? There's no way.
Also, when the Red Queen is like scanning the people,
Yeah.
most of it is their character names, but one of the people she scans he puts the actress's name in instead.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. That's funny. Any favorite characters? I don't probably know. I mean, I was going to say probably not, but nobody's that great.
Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a completely new character for the movies, but yeah, I don't know. I like Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, I can't talk. I like Michelle Rodriguez as an actor. Though there's some scenes in here where she's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Bit my fucking hand.
She reminds me of the buzz cut girl from Aliens a little bit in parts.
Actually, yeah, that is probably the inspiration for that character.
Probably.
That's pretty,
Probably.
yeah.
They're pretty much the same
Pretty much
person.
the same character, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I give it like a maybe a 5. I'd say a 5 for me. Hard 5. Instead of a low 5, what that means. But yeah, like it was not bad. It wasn't good either. Great. I mean, but it wasn't bad. So middle ground. Ain't shitty, but it could be a lot better for sure. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about the movie that you want to talk about?
Not really.
No? Okay. I guess we'll go into 2 then.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Yes. That one, now I'm trying to remember how that one goes. So it starts off with the same crane shot. Weird.
No.
No, it starts
doesn't
in the
start off
hospital.
with that.
Starts in the hospital again.
No.
Really? I'm pretty sure.
No,
Nope.
there's
Does
some
not
stuff
start
that
with
takes place before she wakes up.
A whole news weather scene.
Oh yeah, right. The weather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that happens, and then that happens, and then she wakes up in the thing.
Doesn't it go to the police station first?
Yeah, I think we see Jill first, actually.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do we? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I could have sworn. That's why I was like, they recreated the same shot. They just used the same shot because they have the same crane shot.
It's just footage from the first game.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
the first movie.
That's what I mean. They used the same footage for it.
Yeah, but it's not the first shot of the movie.
No. It
Thought it was.
takes
Alright.
place a little bit after that.
Okay.
Because they chose them opening the hive. The Umbrella opening the hive. And that's
Yeah.
how...
Right.
the
Oh, those
outbreaks
poor
start.
scientists that just get fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like... How? like,
Oh what?
how did this happen? They literally had it shut down. Closed off.
Yeah. How did
They know what's going on in there.
Yeah, how to get out?
Yeah.
How to get out then? How to get out and infect everybody?
Because they opened up the door
Scientists
and
opened it up.
Oh, and it was like, oh well, there you go.
got attacked by a bunch of shit and
Right.
weren't prepared for some reason.
I think there was one guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! And then he gets murdered.
Yeah.
And yeah, so an outbreak in Raccoon City starts, and
Let me see Jill, I think, when she does the whole "I've got this" and shoots the guy's fucking handcuff off, right? Is that then or is that later? I can't remember the placement of this movie. Like,
Yeah, she comes into the police station and like shoots all the zombies in the head and tells
Yeah.
people to and tells them, "I told you to shoot them in the head." But how does she know that?
so I
Yeah.
guess we're probably supposed to assume that
The story from the first game
the story
happened
from the
with-
first game
That's what I
happened with
mentioned.
Jill.
That's what I
Without anything on, yeah.
so
It was
it's
weird.
an off thing that happened while the other thing was happening, but weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. They just kind of go,
Fuck it.
"Hey, it's Jill Valentine.
Look at her.
We're gonna have Nemesis in here, so we need Jill Valentine."
Yeah.
Even though, for some reason, he's chasing fucking Alice more than he's chasing Jill.
Yeah, right? The one thing I'll give like these movies at least is the characters they bring up that are in the games are almost like to the T the character.
Like,
of what
they look like-
It
oh, yeah.
They look
No.
like them. And I'm like, all right.
When it comes to except for Chris.
Yeah.
Chris isn't in it.
Wentworth Miller. Chris
Yeah.
in Afterlife.
Oh yeah, but
Wentworth
that's
way
further on
later.
down.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But you were just saying in these movies.
No, yeah, exactly. Saying the movies,
Fair enough.
But
In this movie, they do a decent enough job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jill looks like Jill.
Jill
for
looks
sure.
like Jill.
The Carlos and no wait, is Carlos in this?
Carlos is in
Carlos
this.
is in
Oh
this,
right,
yeah.
and
No,
his
it's Odin
storyline
Fair.
and
It's
his
actually-
storyline is almost exactly like Resident Evil 2.
yeah, that's what he was saying.
3? Or
Yeah, sorry, 3.
yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And he's like actually competently written too, and you're like, all right, everybody else just kind of sucks. And you're like,
The main difference is instead of Jill getting infected, he gets infected
Oh, okay.
yeah.
and gets the cure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys might have to put it forward on what you know what happens next. Apparently, I just gave up. I gave up in watching it. Like I mean, I watched it, but my brain didn't comprehend.
I
all
mean,
of
it's kind of one of those movies. You just turn off your brain and go, "Oh, okay, flashy craziness."
Action.
it. Much, yeah.
I mean, she like Alice at one point. They're the survivors that we follow for a bit are in a church.
Yeah, that
And-
happens in a little bit. So like the police station thing happens, and then I think they go to the bridge before we cut to
Oh, the
Alice.
bridge, right when the bridge closes, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
right, the exit out of town.
Yeah,
They shut.
And I
shut
think the bridge scene happens, and then we cut to Alice
Waking up.
waking up in the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, that
And
makes
then
sense.
that scene happens, and then they end up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene somewhere in there where Alice ends up in a gun shop.
yeah,
Right.
right. Yeah, did you find it weird that all the Umbrella guys were wearing motorcycle helmets? Like, I mean, I know it's like, yeah, so they are supposed to be like riot or whatever, but it's like, it's literally just that. They went to like a motocross store, was like, give me like 50 of these
I
or
mean,
whatever.
they're cheaper than actual tactical helmets, so you know.
Yeah, I don't know how much a ride helmet would be, but I don't imagine it's very cheap. But you could have just gotten a regular helmet, like a I don't know. You could have just gotten like a motorbike helmet like that just does this, and then get like a shield and put it on. It just you have to do work. So
Yeah, I guess.
on that. But to be fair, like the Nemesis look really cool in the movie.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. The like human villain in this is pretty fucking stupid.
Oh, he's bad.
Yeah.
The human villain who... Oh, no. There's a guy in the wheelchair, and then the other guy...
who is apparently Ashford, but...
Not.
He's... Yep. His character is Ashford.
Something Ashford?
Yeah.
It's not Alfred, though, right?
I can't remember.
That's...
But, it's not...
That's nonsense.
It's not him at all.
If anything, he should be Birkin, because he has a daughter that basically kind of has that...
Isn't Birkin the guy in the wheelchair?
No.
No? Okay.
I think Spencer's the one? No. I think Spencer's the one in the wheelchair in the games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you could have made the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
except
Dr. Ashford. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Because there's nothing in common with the character.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like they just grabbed a name from one of the games and they were like, this guy.
That'll do. Be fine.
Like it's not even a character from the games.
No. And then after that, I think
so they're in the church, and a bunch of liquors come out.
Yeah, really.
And then
the CGI is better in this one.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
They don't stand out quite so much as being I'm fake.
Yeah.
And then she jumps through the stained glass window on a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, forgot about that.
And
the motorcycle goes upward or whatever and carries the fucking...
So, what I think the physics that they were trying to go with here is that she pulls up on the motorcycle as it hits the liquor, and the liquor jumps, so they both go up.
It looks like that it goes into the wall, and it goes... And it just drives upward.
It hits a liquor.
It hits the liquor.
It hits the liquor, and it goes...
But it looks like it just drives up. I'm like, that doesn't... What?
Yeah.
And then she backflips off it and shoots the gas tank, which makes it explode.
Yeah, it's like, all right. I mean, that's already been tested. That doesn't work, but
Nope.
But yeah, that's one thing too.
That's
this
movie
is movie
logic.
physics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I would say about these movies. Like, there's so much flash and no payoff for them.
It's all sizzle, no steak.
Yeah, that's a good one. Exactly. Couldn't say that myself.
Yeah, and then they drive off and end up on the bridge, and Nemesis shows up.
Yes.
Yeah,
and then
he
he goes,
kills one of the stars, guys.
and then he just has one time stars in the entire movie, and then his other role, or other speaking roles is
Before that, he does show up to that one. It's like the police station or something.
Oh my God.
And it's just full of stars. Apparently, there's stars are a dime a dozen in these movies because they're just everywhere.
Mike Epps in this movie when he walks up to those stars people and he's like, I think somebody hands him a gun and he's like. He has gold Lugers or something.
Yeah.
Bitch, my shit's custom.
GTA, motherfucker. I think he says later, what the
he pulls he makes a is it Death Race reference because he hits a zombie and he's like 10 points.
It's a reference to the old GTA games where you get points for running.
Because he said GTA, and he's like, boom,
runs over a zombie, and then we get naked zombie strippers.
That's right.
Yeah, and then he's like,
right. And he crashes into another room. Yeah. But Nemesis shows up there and machine guns all of them down, and we get the one sad excuse for a stars in the movie.
He's like,
where
stars.
It's almost like a question mark. He's like, stars?
Instead of stars, he's like, stars.
Yeah. So then he eventually ends up at the bridge, and him and Milla Jovovich fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently you're saying before, the minigun that he was holding weighed 60 pounds.
Ooh. Yeah. And the suit itself weighed 60 pounds.
Oh, that guy was a tank then.
Yeah.
He could
I'm on the moon.
He could only last in there for 15 minutes before it got too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Damn.
Holy crap.
And I was like, when they had their big fight, I was like, why isn't he doing more stuff? I mean, I know that he's probably having heat stroke and that shit. He can't really move much, but still, he could make him go like this once and have her fly at a fucking wall.
I mean, during their final fight, it's all extreme close-ups with extreme amounts of motion, so that you can't tell what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, because they don't.
Because it probably looked real bad.
Yeah, because it's like, but then you're like going, it's like, all right, they could be doing something cool.
They're just,
maybe.
Let's just zoom in and post and put some blur on there. That'll be
Sweet.
good enough.
That's what I was gonna say. So like now we're gonna talk about the second one.
Oh, yes.
The blurriness of the slow-mo blur is obnoxious in this. They put so many scenes. It looks terrible. Like, if you're gonna do something that's slow-mo, do it on a cool scene and it already makes it cooler. If you do it on when you see people like walk slowly, it's kind of, I guess, cool. Some people like that, I guess. It kind of was like, look at me, I'm walking slowly. But when it's like that and all blurry, it's like, what is even going on?
All the weird blurry motions, like blurry zombie. It was bad.
It looks shitty.
That was another scene we missed, was with the
graveyard.
No, the helicopter. And the lady on the roof, where Carlos jumps out of the helicopter and shoots all the zombies on the roof.
The way he falls, he's like, I don't know, he's obviously not falling. It's just like so weird looking. Like, it's gonna die, by the way. It's my camera. Oh shit!
Right.
And it's almost here as well.
Yeah, that's not a super important scene, but
No, but it was hilarious.
Alice and the Nemesis have a little gunfight thing. She gets chased by the line of railgun fire, minigun fire.
Yeah.
and then shoots a hole in the garbage chute and slides through it and dislocates her finger on the way down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, and she's like,
That's pretty gruesome. Yeah,
The Nemesis firing that missile launcher down the garbage chute.
is one of the funniest, unintentionally comedy.
Yeah.
why was it?
He's like squeezing into this tiny hole.
Oh yeah.
Looks so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't paying attention to that.
Nikolai is nothing like he is in the games.
Oh, no, not
He's
at
just
all.
like, we'll just give this character this name.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And I like Zach Ward, but man, he does not have a good Russian accent.
No.
He sure
It's
doesn't.
rough.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Oh yeah, not very good at all. But that's pretty accurate with most of these characters. They just throw them in there and they're like, yeah, it's this guy,
pretty
right?
much. That's what they
Quite
do.
a few of them, yeah.
Yeah. And then how does it end again?
We're not even there yet.
We're not there yet?
Close,
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
Next, Ashford in the wheelchair calls them on random payphones.
Right.
And
Wants them to rescue his daughter.
He makes a deal with them to rescue his daughter
Oh, right.
from the school. And then they give the reporter a gun and be like, here, you just search this floor and have fun, and she immediately dies.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that didn't work out.
Oh, and then there's that obnoxious fake out to actually Alice is to be the cool one scene where Jill turns on all the gas of the kitchen
and throws a match.
a match, but it
And it
goes
goes
out, and then there's Milla Jovovich smoking a cigarette. She's like,
Where'd that cigarette come from?
Now grabs that fireproof blanket.
she's like, whoop. doesn't protect Jill, by the way, just the little girl. The Jill's like, holy fuck!
I forgot about that scene.
Yeah. She does smoke a dog with a frying pan, which is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she doesn't have her gun, right?
Yeah.
She loses her gun or something.
Yeah.
And then I think Nikolai dies here too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets eaten by all the
the
dogs.
dogs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I capped out apparently after the Nemesis shit because I was like, he looks pretty sweet. Everything else sucks. Because I don't remember that at all. And I'm like, oh.
And then I think after they
Little
save
guy,
the
though.
little girl, don't they try and meet up with the guy or something? Or what do they...
He gives them an extraction location.
Right.
Where there's going to be a helicopter coming in.
And then they do the ridiculous stunt where she's running down the side of the building.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. I remember that. I was like, it looks so weird and dumb. Just because she's like,
Also seems really unnecessary.
yeah.
Like they just did it to be like, wow, look at this cool thing she's doing. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's 8 other ways to get to that room.
Probably, yeah. Probably could have lowered her down properly. Instead of being like, oh, you just walked down this building.
I mean, she's tied off. She has a climbing
rope.
gear on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still kind of weird.
Yeah, it's
off-putting,
pretty silly. But I think after that, a human evil dude that just says weird,
Crappy
convoluted,
evil guy.
crappy evil dialogue.
Yeah.
I'm evil, remember?
And then forces, I think, forces Alice to fight Nemesis or something.
Yeah.
He forces them to fight.
Yeah, and then he gets like a thing where he's like, he remembers. She's like, she's like, oh right, you're the guy from the last movie that turned into Nemesis, and he's like, oh yeah, I am.
He's like,
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna turn on my guys and shoot them.
Yeah,
and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, he's like, you love me?
He turns like immediately.
Oh yeah.
Also, another weird scene was when Alice comes across those 3 umbrella guys, and they hold her up and tell her to put the gun down, and she drops it, and then just like falls and catches it and shoots them.
Now, that is a direct reference to the opening cutscene of Code Veronica, because Claire does that exact same thing.
Or she drops it and then drops.
Except it's done better in the game, because she does that thing. She like drops it out of her hand and then dives down and grabs it. Although, like...
What's even the point of that? Just shoot them then. Like, why even do that?
Well, because I would assume that she's dropping it so that the guys lower their guard for a second and then catching it. But behind them is a bunch of, like, explosive tanks. So, at least in the game, she just shoots one bullet and the thing explodes.
Okay, well, that would make more sense.
That makes more sense.
But she literally, like, pops all 3 of them, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure one of them could have shot her in that time.
Like, this is not a good strategy.
No.
Do not try this at home, folks.
No.
It's like, it's like, what happens in the movie? The Thing. What happens in real life? Just get the fucking gun down.
Probably.
Because she grabs it in midair, right?
Yeah.
Well, she grabs it, like, right before it hits the ground.
Yeah, but that's like, when you drop something, how fast does it go? It goes, it would hit the ground, like, within, like, a millisecond. Like, half a second.
Right.
Right? So, like, the time for them to be like, and then she'd be like, alright, and then boom, it would already be hitting the ground by then.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird.
I would imagine as soon as she moved, they would have just
Blown her away.
fucking shot her.
And machine guns.
And then there's like the 2 smaller helicopters show up, and she tries to take one of them down with a Beretta.
Oh, yeah, right, that. And I was like, I mean...
It's got like a minigun attached to the bottom.
She's just shooting at it, right?
Yeah. And then Nemesis shows up and fires the rocket launcher at it.
Yeah. I mean, like...
And also, the helicopter crashes, and a large piece of metal comes off the helicopter and flies at her, and apparently hits her in the head.
But still scratch.
It would take your head off.
Yeah, just
your head would be gone.
Would be like...
Well, granted, she does have some sort of, like, super virus powers at this point already, but, like...
Still, though.
I'm pretty sure it would do more than just, like, knock you out.
Okay. Well, also, like, holy shit is Nemesis nerfed in this movie. Like...
Yeah, he doesn't mutate at all.
No, he gets crushed by a helicopter, and it's like, well, that's it. He's like, what?
No more Nemesis. Yeah, I think he was still pretty cool, but they could have done some mutations with that or whatever. But
And then, they get away.
And they push the big bad evil guy out the back, and he gets eaten by zombies.
And and once again, there's got to be a cool line that Alice has got to say, because he goes, "Killing me won't change anything," and she goes, "Yeah, but it'll make me feel good." Like, and then Austin down and kills him.
he's like, "That was a pretty cool line."
Oh! Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then he shoots like 3 zombies and is out of ammo.
Yeah. It's like, and that's all he's ever shot. So you're like, why was your gun loaded with 3 bullets?
Why did you only load 3 bullets into this gun?
Oh, yeah.
Dumb.
And then a nuke goes off and somehow doesn't kill them.
Yeah, when that murder...
I mean, the chopper does crash, but I'm pretty sure they're not far enough away to survive that.
Yep.
No.
And then we have another waking up.
Also, that was one point earlier in the movie where Alice is like, they're going to send a nuke, and Jill's like, what yield? And it's like, why does it matter? And also, why do you know anything about nukes?
Yeah, why does it matter what yield of nuke it is? Like, it's a nuke, okay?
Because a different yield will have a different
effect.
safe
radius.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be anywhere near...
I mean, I don't think you're going to drop a small enough nuke that it's going to not just annihilate the whole
entire
city.
Yeah, like nukes are nukes for a reason. They,
And
they
also,
annihilate.
why does Jill know anything about nukes?
She also, while being a thief, because that's actually her backstory in the game.
Is she a thief?
Yeah, she was a cat burglar. Then somewhere in between that and being hired by STARS, she was a nuclear physicist.
Okay. That's what it is.
What yield? Yeah, okay. That is like such a weird line.
Such a weird question.
I can't think of another movie where somebody has ever asked that question.
Yeah, nobody ever asked that. It's like a nuke. Shit, it's a nuke.
Yeah. What yield?
It's like he looks at him.
I've never thought about that. Now it's breaking my brain. Oh my god.
It's like the guy just looks at her and goes like, "Does it matter?"
It's a nuke.
Yeah, it's a nuke. It's a nuke. It'll kill you. If you're like in another state, then maybe okay. I'm like, all right, like maybe.
And then we get another, after the helicopter crashes, we get another Alice waking up scene like we did in the last movie.
During the helicopter crash, he gets impaled by something and partly barbecued by the crash.
Yeah.
So, is the new Alice a clone, or did they somehow revive this Alice?
I think they revived her.
She's a clone.
Because she seemed pretty dead.
Yeah.
She did.
And they show the clone, so you would imagine that they're just like, oh.
Well, she was in a tank, so they never specifically state that she's a clone.
Well,
No, but they don't.
also,
they don't.
spoilers for the final movie.
Yeah.
But it turns out she was a clone the whole time.
Oh my god! Well, there you go. So there you go. So that answers the question, right?
I mean,
Not
kinda.
necessarily.
Not necessarily,
She was
because
a
that
clone.
could be another clone, or is that the same clone from the first movie?
I don't know, but
I mean, it's like they were like, these games are super convoluted. We gotta match that.
that's a convoluted. But the clones though, like when it focuses on the tanks, like technically you don't have to have someone be like, she's a clone. If you have it like in frame, she's a clone. The tanks are there. Show her, she's a clone. She was dead earlier.
Well, yeah, but that tank in the end of the second movie was supposed to be it was supposed to be like a healing chamber or something like that. That's what it was supposed to be.
Or like a back to tank.
Yeah, from like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. It was that. That's what it was supposed to be. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that is still the original, the original Alice from the first movie, even at that point.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think all the clones come from that clone because they all have the powers.
Yeah, she just all of a sudden has psychic powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, in the last minute,
Makes a dude bleed out of his every orifice on his face.
Yeah, it makes all the cameras hurt.
Yeah, it's just that's beyond. That's like techno. That's like
technomancy.
Yeah, like what the fuck? It's pretty intense,
right?
Yeah.
And then her eyes flash because she's under control of the umbrella or something.
Yeah,
which they never mention in the movies again.
Don't worry, this never comes up again.
They literally explain it in the novelizations, but they never speak about it in the movies. She kills the girl.
Yeah,
she in the novelization she kills
Angela,
Angie, the girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that on the trivia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it never.
I sadly read the novelization. Anyways,
the movie never explains what happens to Angela.
No,
and
or why she's suddenly not being controlled by Umbrella.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, the movie's so convoluted.
Well, no, I guess they do kinda because she's dodging the. That's the third movie, though. We'll talk about that
later. Yeah. Keep that in the chamber.
Yeah. I don't know. This one depends on how you're watching it. If you're watching it for hilarious entertainment, I don't know, it's like an 8, honestly, for actual
that's fair.
Quality of movie.
It is entertaining.
For the wrong reasons.
It's not a great movie.
No.
But it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It is entertaining.
I'm still thinking about that shot with the Nemesis now. I'm pointing it.
I need to see that shot again because I remember it being that bad. But I remember him looking in and he's like, "Oh, I can't fit, so whatever, I'm gonna leave."
Yeah,
I would have loved if he'd tried to just go in.
No, they tell him to disengage.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I always would have loved for him to actually try to go in. He'd be like, "I can't fit." Fuck it.
But yeah, it's
Is that the movie? Is that the whole movie? Is there any more to it?
not really. No,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do another pull away shot because they decide that they have to end every single movie with a pull away
shot.
Isn't it like the exact same shot?
No, it's way more complicated. It zooms out to the entire world.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it shows the umbrella satellite.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the umbrella satellite goes like, "Look at that." It's okay. And
It's controlling her.
Yeah.
Except not really, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe, who knows? Who cares?
We're not going to talk about it, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so final thoughts of it then, your score.
And like I said, probably an 8 if we're talking about like entertainment. If we're talking about like quality of
So
movie,
both,
it's
so,
like
like-
a like 4.
Okay, all right, yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm about there too.
yeah, I'm about the same.
If I just take this movie completely out of context and watch it, it's fairly
It's
enjoyable.
pretty entertaining. There's some hilarious moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And some of the action's kind of cool too. It's like
Yeah.
a little bit of
Yeah.
it is pretty entertaining.
It's just the fact when you put Resident Evil attached to it is when you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Forgot. But
That's kind of how I feel about most of these movies.
Yeah.
It's like, they could be really fun if they
Yeah.
weren't Resident Evil.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially going forward, the only thing that makes it Resident Evil is like, they'll like pop in like the Umbrella Corporation or the characters are slapped in, but other than that, like the story is like whatever.
Yeah.
So you could have literally called
There's
anything
nothing
else.
going on. I mean, it doesn't. None of these movies make sense.
Nope, they sure don't. Is there any closing thoughts on that?
I don't know. Worth a funny watch if you're getting drunk with your friends or something.
Yeah.
Both of these. I mean, the first one, in my opinion, is kind of like worth a watch, but like, yeah, after that, it's making fun of watching it.
Exactly. I know you said before, off screen from what we're doing right now, is the whole scene with the cemetery.
Oh, right.
All of them come out of
we
the
didn't bring
graves.
that up.
I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, like at all.
No.
It
right?
does not
Like-
make sense. Like you were saying,
Like an
it was from
infection
2,
doesn't
which
infect a body that's dead.
I
Like-
completely forgot that it was in one of the games, but yeah,
Still
it
doesn't
does
make
not
sense.
make any sense.
Not really.
Which one was it in again?
3. They start coming out of the ground in the park.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it was part of the lore, I guess. I mean, I guess that is canon-ish. But
I mean, it's worse in the movies because at least they are very vague about how the T-virus works in the games, so they can kind of get away with more. In this, they're like, it goes airborne, then blood transfusion. They like state that in the first movie, and
Yeah.
so like, it's
Yeah.
not airborne anymore.
And even if it was
And
airborne,
even if it
they're
was, how
buried
would it go in the
underground.
ground?
exactly, it's not ground-born.
And like, they don't have blood circulating anymore. So even if a zombie dug down, bit into that corpse, it wouldn't get up. It doesn't
No, yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. But when I was watching the first one and I saw these guys like, because I'm like, they don't go down. But I remembered the whole headshot thing.
Yeah,
like they just get a good headshot in, it's probably dead. But I kept getting up. I'm like, are these like Return of the Living Dead? No, Return of the Living Dead. You know the movie where they if you've seen it, the ones where the zombies just do. It's
like impossible to kill them. Yeah.
you can't kill them. They just every bit of them. You chop
the
any
one
part of them
where
off, they'll keep moving.
Is that the one where even if you burn the bodies, then the smoke infects more people?
Yeah. That movie was-
that movie is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
because it is like
You
one of those
can't
movies
win.
where there's no hope.
Yeah,
no
no
hope
hope at
the
all.
entire movie, and you're just like, this is dreadful. Like,
It
holy
is.
fuck.
Yeah, it really is. Like, because like I mean, I'm just gonna we can cut this out if we want, but just in general with that is kind of like it's supposed to be a comedy, right? It's supposed to be like a dark comedy.
Kind of.
Yeah,
What,
like-
the Return of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a horror comedy.
Exactly,
I've got a
yeah.
lot of Return of the Living Dead
But
movies.
yeah, but I watched
Yeah.
it like as such. But going forward, like seeing that, I'm like, that's just an overall terrifying thing. You can't kill anything. It just
Yeah.
comes at you. There's like a horde of them. They're like shooting all of them in the head. They just keep going. You're like, oh my god, and they're coming everywhere.
You blow them up, you're still gonna get affected because burning
zombie bits.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, anything else that's good?
No.
I think we
covered
it pretty good.
I think we did. Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please leave a like below or a subscribe, depending on which platform you're watching it on. And we'll see you guys in the next one. We'll be talking about, for the movies anyways, we'll be talking about 3 and 4, which that's going to be pretty funny because they're bad. But.
Should be interesting.
I actually like 3, but anyway.
maybe I rewatch it and I might like them. I doubt it, but you never know.
Probably not.
Anyways, guys, hope you have a good night. See you guys later.
See ya.
I'm missing you already.
Nice, you got on the cusp. It's just always coming out. I always think you're gonna like forget or can't. You're like, I'll have what she's having.